Here's something new for y'all to look at. Since this is Women's History Month, and I already kicked things off with a couple of videos that are sure to be hated if they're discovered by normie types or whomever, the same types of people who discovered my Dune video. If they find these videos, they're gonna hate on them, but they probably won't find them. Because I'm pretty much shadow banned, I think, for the most part. Though occasionally they let one of my videos get semi-viral, especially if it's a short video. It's much easier for that to happen. Let me talk about why casual sex is not really possible. And I think calling it casual sex itself is kind of funny. Like, oh, well, it's just casual. We'll just be casual. Let's just act casually. It's more like casualty sex, actually. I just thought of that. Casualty sex is what it is. Because it does have casualties. Almost inevitably, it has casualties. I speak from experience and from observation. Casual sex is casualty sex. And the casualties, casualties are everyone, men and women alike, but I think it's mostly women who are casualties of casual sex. Let me explain what I mean. And I think that men become casualties because they bear the brunt of a woman's what do I call it? The way that a woman ultimately reacts to being in a casual sex relationship, which is to blame the man, to feel the man has been a cad, has used her. And this happens in a woman's mind, even if she enters into it with the idea that this means nothing. This sex, this is not meant to be a relationship. This is not meant to be building towards anything. This is not meant to be part of a boyfriend-girlfriend thing, building towards a husband-wife thing, or anything of the sort. This is just two people engaging in sexual intercourse and then moving on with their lives. The enlightened idea, like we've liberated sex from the drudgery of commitment, right? Like the way they tried to sell the sexual revolution to us. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It won't work. It's never worked. And it especially doesn't work for women. I don't think it works for anyone. But I think it's bad for everyone. But I think that women have the hardest time with it. I'll just put it that way. What do I mean? Well, I kind of gave it away a few minutes ago, but let me explain more fully what I mean. Say that you are a man. If you're watching this video, knowing my demographics, the demographics of my audience, you're likely a man. So just pretend that you're yourself, okay? And you get into a situation where one night you sleep with a woman. You have sexual intercourse with a woman, and it's something that's done where, just whatever the circumstances it might be, it's something that's done where, where it's basically understood that neither one of you is committing to anything. All right, and that's understood. It's understood by both sides that is the case. Well, here's what happens afterwards to the woman. I mean, and this can be a woman who afterwards can, well, you know, like can tell you things that indicate how she sleeps with other men, you know, and doesn't think how she quote unquote hooks up regularly, and you know, she'll say little things like, you know, I've had some encounters that weren't so good because of this or because of that, or whatever. She'll make some casual statements like that, you know, even afterwards that show clearly that she's not in it. She ostensibly has no sentimental feelings about you or about what the two of you did together, the intimate contact that the two of you had together. She might also talk about celebrity crushes and other sorts of things. Anyway, if you remain in contact with this woman, and you mention, you know, just like in a casual way, or just like if you're on social media, which I don't recommend, but I've made the mistake of being on social media, and it's got its good and bad points, but I would say it's 85 to 90% bad. So, but anyway, that's a different issue. Say that you share your celebrity crush, or you know something about your celebrity crush in a way that's sort of tongue in cheek, or I don't know. Well, let's just stick with that. Let's stick with like something so ridiculous, so superficial as a celebrity crush. And like everybody has a celebrity, like even married couples talk about their celebrity crushes, right, to each other. If it's a good relationship, they can share that information, and both of them know that there's no chance of ever meeting, either of them ever meeting this celebrity, you know. So you know, it's basically understood that you don't have anything to worry about, but also it's basically understood in a good relationship. It's understood that there wouldn't be anything to worry about, even if that celebrity suddenly became available, because you've made a commitment to someone. Well, in my experience, if you even talk about a celebrity crush on social media, then the woman that you've been with carnally will hold that against you, and will feel that you are will take it personally, will feel that you are putting her down, or that somehow you are expressing you know, like you're expressing a preference to her, like you're doing this to make her feel lousy about herself, and you know, or you know, I'll take another situation. If she finds out that you have casually been with somebody else. Okay. Either of those kinds of situations, she'll suddenly feel about you. She'll feel angry with you, and she'll feel used by you, and she'll vituperatively come at you and say, in essence, you just used me, and you're such a cad. First, you don't use the word cad. That's an old-fashioned word, but that's essentially what she'll say. She'll say, "You just used me. That's all you did. You monster." As if she wasn't also using you, right? In that same encounter, and as if she didn't have this backlog, or as if she hadn't spoken to you, or maybe you just knew, as if you didn't know about her, that she had also had casual affairs with other men, right? But somehow those, and as if she hadn't shared things about her own celebrity crush, and maybe even in somewhat explicit detail, what she would like to do to her celebrity crush, or whatever, or what she would like her celebrity crush to do to her, or what have you. That all of that doesn't matter. The fact that she was casual in this affair, this one night stand, or whatever you want to call it, that doesn't matter anymore. It becomes about you using her, and being. It becomes a how could you do this to me sort of thing, and she becomes angry because she thinks you are, like I said, a cad. Like you had made promises to her, or you had approached this situation with the notion that now the two of you were going to be like in a relationship, an exclusive relationship. But really, you just tricked her into sleeping with you, and now you've shown yourself just to be this awful person, because you tricked her, and she gave it up to you, and now you've moved on, or you've shown this disregard for this callous disregard for her. This is the way she responds to you. Again, for even if it's patently obvious that she didn't enter it with the idea that this would become an exclusive thing, and even even if like there is no the kind of behavior that she punishes you for, there doesn't seem to be any self-awareness. There doesn't seem to be any sort of, well, I did the same thing. Well, I shared things about my celebrity crush, and I was quite a bit more explicit in what I shared on social media than what he shared. Or I've openly talked to him about sleeping with other men, and my misadventures in doing so, or whatever. Maybe not anything really explicit, but just I've said things. It doesn't occur to her to think to herself, I've said things that make it clear that I was approaching this not with the idea that this would be a relationship, or that this would mark the beginning of some kind of relationship. But somehow the idea that she gave it up to you makes her feel angry about having been used by you, right? Now you also gave it up to her. If you're the man in this situation, you gave it up to her just as much as she gave it up to you. But do you feel used? I mean, you were used, but it probably doesn't bother you as much, and that's because of cultural reasons, biological reasons, what have you. But the thing is, what I have found, again, I'll return to the whole notion of casualty sex, right? There's no casual sex, especially not for women. For women, it's casualty sex. They resent you for sleeping with them and not making it exclusive, even when they know, even when there's never any pretense of it being exclusive, even when they have made it clear that they don't see it as exclusive. All right? This is my experience, and this is why if you are with a woman carnally, she has forever afterwards feelings of resentment towards you on some level, in some way. It's unreasonable, of course, but I think it is deeply biologically rooted. And even though the reaction is irrational and it's unfair for her to come at you in a way that is hostile or abusive or accusatory, even though that it's irrational, it makes sense biologically speaking, because women bond with men whom they let enter them, okay, in that way, whom they let literally into themselves. And so this is why casual sex is casualty sex. Am I wrong? Please tell me if I'm wrong. Please tell me if I'm right. Please tell me something. Or not. Leave a message if you care to. Thank you for watching this video.